Hey everybody, it's Douglas, and I'm excited to share a project, a little hobby, I guess, that I've been working on in the Metaverse called Mindshare XR. And so, for those of you that know me, I used to run an event series in Los Angeles called Mindshare L.A. Well, having since moved away from California, Mindshare XR is an opportunity for me to kind of dabble and experiment in the metaverse to see if some of the community wants to join me in there for idea sharing, for some cool content, for socializing, and for just having fun. So, like I say, this is going to be using for the V1 a platform called AltSpace, which I'm going to show you today. We're going to just jump right in. So when you're entering AltSpace, which is very cool, you can do it both on a laptop or on a headset if you have one, and we're going to jump over to a headset in a second to show you how it is. But when you get into the app, you can find all these sorts of worlds that people have created, and you can actually just go in there, invite a friend, and hang out in whether it's a Miami apartment or a space station floating above Mars or an underwater condo, all sorts of things like that. But we're going to go to the Mindshare XR rooftop, which is what I've been building and having fun with, and will be soon. We've been doing some little tests, and we're about to invite other people. So once you get there, you click enter and wait for it to load. Okay, so once it loads, you are told to grab a drink, put on a hat, and have fun. So this is what the actually room looks like from a laptop, and you can notice you can move around just by the keys on the keyboard. You can look up and down. You can even grab things. Now we're going to load up my avatar on the headset so you can see kind of what that's all about. So let's go. All right, so first of all, I thought it would be fun to show you kind of like your home base that you get. And this is sort of my space station home here. This is not AltSpace. This is just kind of like where you land. And at any point, you can pull up a menu of your options that you have. And so these are all my apps I've been playing with, and AltSpace is what we're going to go into to show you the Mindshare XR rooftop. And so now you'll see this is what it looks like inside of my headset. And I have all sorts of favorite places where you can go to these awesome different worlds of an abyss in the water, a floating space station, even a shroom room maze. So that's always fun. But what we're going to do today is go to this world that I've created, and it's called the Mindshare XR rooftop. So once we enter that, all right, so here we are. We've logged into the rooftop, and we're going to say hi to the Mindshare XR avatar. And you can see what it looks like from their perspective is here I am. I just entered the space. And you'll notice that they might have hands that are a little bit stiff because they're coming in from a laptop, whereas I can be all sort of gesticulate all over the place. So here we go. I'm going to switch back to my view just so we can explore the place a little bit. And we could be completely interacting and talking normally, whether it's through a laptop or through a headset. I can choose to put on a hat. I'm going to choose this hard hat. Or maybe I'll choose the lava helmet. I think that's looking good. Yeah. And I could pick up a drink and toast you with it, but you know, maybe I won't have a drink right now because I want to show you a bunch of things. So out here is the rooftop. And by the way, you can move around by either using the joysticks, turning around, moving backward and forward, or you can shoot out this teleport beam, which is really neat. And so looking around, this is the Mindshare XR rooftop. We've got some floating islands. We got some fun things you can play with, such as fireworks. You can hopefully not shoot them at each other. And then you can just teleport around this sort of way. This is the stage for presentations. And this can be actually simulcast from a laptop screen, so there can actually be real slides. You can have polls and all sorts of fun things like that. There's a whole games area over here, and you can learn how to try to throw things in virtual reality, which is hard and a little bit dangerous. You got to make sure you're not near a TV, and even have fun things like a little bit of some Burning Man flair that you can toss around. So that's cool. Play some basketball. Come over here. This is a whole simulcast lounge, where you can see what's going on the stage. Some places to just chill, play around, and you can have polls and things like that. So this can fit like 30 or 40 people right now in this iteration. We've done some testing on the system, and so we're making tweaks, but we're soon going to be inviting people in. You can find out more at MindshareXR.com. And then there's ways to teleport. So if we wanted to go to these islands floating in space or floating in the sky, you can click right on here, say to Mischief Island. This is a view from Mischief Island. And you'll see you got some spirit animal vibes going on. We got some, some of these, I guess you can grab I threw some paper airplanes. Well, you shouldn't hit your laptop. Step back a little bit, and then you can throw these things around, and you could even just teleport wherever you want. And that's the stage area down there. So you can hop on down back to that and teleport some more. Again, why we made these islands is one, that's a fun thing just to go up to, but in particularly Conversation Rock is where you can have conversations that you aren't as impacted by the megaphone of the stage, because when someone's on stage, the entire space, whether you're in the side rooms or up on the rock, you can still hear the stage, what's going on, which is kind of cool. But if you really want to just get away from that, you need to get farther away. So we created Conversation Rock over here that you can go up to and you can explore. And there's a little campfire up here, some other spirit animals, some more fireworks, just because why the heck not? This would be fun to shoot fireworks off into space. And this wolf who is telling you the way back down, which is to float back down onto these little islands. So that's the Mindshare XR rooftop experience. I would really love it if you could join us for our inaugural event. MindshareXR.com is where you can find out more details and sign up to be alerted. I think this is going to just be a really fun test to see how it feels. Ultimately, I love in-person events, and there's things you can't replace about them. That said, obviously when you're just not in town, it's harder to produce them. And also when you enter a whole metaverse space, things open up. I hope you kind of have seen that this isn't just trying to recreate a normal event, but it's really taking the opportunity to create a whole new world with things that you can do. And this is really just the beginning. This is really early days. But I think that that's where the real promise of virtual reality is going to come in. It's not just trying to replace the real world, but it's going to be opening up ideas and experiences and just opportunities to layer on top of our world. So not to forget about our world, but just to augment it, and to also provide those folks who are maybe in places where there's not as much going on an opportunity to stay engaged and have fun. So I hope you enjoyed it, and more soon on this. MindshareXR.com for more details. Bye.